got us moving. It's Young People Nation.
Welcome to Young People Nation. Listen to us weekly as we commit to bring transparency, healing, and truth to the everyday situations in life that might bring you down. Join us for your weekly dose of inspiration. Thank you for listening to Young People Nation. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss an episode. And now, here's your host, Eugene and Donna Perry.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know his word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Giving the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross.
Hello and welcome back. To whatever time you're listening, we thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, and share to the Young People Nation podcast. Now, again, we're back with session 2 with Coach Bree, because that's how she is recognized in the community. She's an educator, coach, mentor. Just found out from the last session, she's the big sister to Caleb Leatherwood. And thank you so much, Miss Bree, for coming back.
It's all good. No problem.
And we have our scholar athlete, Mr. Caleb Leatherwood. He loves sports. He is a scholar athlete. Just recently was nominated for the Beta Club. And he's a history buff. You love history?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, awesome. Welcome back, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Thank you for having
Thank you for having me on. I ain't know.
You good. It's cool, Caleb.
Cool.
It's cool.
Good.
You
good,
cool.
man.
You cool. Okay, in this session, you're so funny.
She does me the same way.
Okay, we're going to be talking about building healthy relationships with this group. Now, Ms. Bree, in our last session, you was very transparent about you and also with the young people. Let's visit the young Bree. And what did, she said, or what did or do you trust in your process, or do you see yourself in the youth that you encounter?
Who did I trust in my process? I would say nobody.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Nobody. I was a very peculiar child.
Okay.
Very different. I think they would tell you, like, from the time I was born.
Yeah.
Like, if everybody went right, I'm going left.
Okay.
Most girls would play with Barbie dolls and stuff, and I walked around with a ball and a book.
Okay.
And that's all I wanted to do. And that's not knocking the village, you know what I'm saying?
Correct.
They helped raise me.
Yes.
But if anybody I trust in my process probably was my dad, my biological dad.
Okay.
And then, I had a good 9 years with him. And he was killed. So then it was pretty much like, all right, we in this world or whatever.
Yeah.
And do I see myself in the youth I encounter all the time?
Okay.
I mean, you line them up. I see at least one or two, parts of my, personality or attitude in them.
Okay.
Ain't no shame in it. I was a very aggressive kid. Like I said, full of rage. Some people probably say I tormented other kids.
Yeah.
Not proud of that, but it is
God.
what it is. And if you out there and listen to this, please forgive me. I promise you I'm changed. But yeah, and so I know about fighting. I know about, being mean, being that bully, that enforcer, all that good stuff. So I see myself in the kids, and that's usually what I use as a talking point.
Okay.
Because I probably observe and be like, ooh, that kid, I got to go talk to them because that's going to, serve as a hindrance,
Yes.
to what they're trying to do.
That's
Okay.
my daughter. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so.
Look at him. He identify. But what you said something like when your father passed that was a real hardship for you, correct?
Yes, ma'am, for sure.
Okay, and so you dealt with it the best you knew how.
Yeah, I mean, at 9, you don't really know how to grieve. Your life is, turned upside down. Just like with any death. That's unexpected.
Yes.
And you know, that was my closest parent. That was like my best friend. Even today when people see me, oh, you was the apple of his eye. You know, you was his shadow, because that's how close
you all
we were.
Yeah.
And after that, what I now know, I mean, you know, with knowledge and growing, I dealt with suicide ideation.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I dealt with that. Rage, incredibly. I mean, hated God, hated people. And abandonment, all those different things. So that kind of just me against the world type.
Did you blame God for your dad leaving?
Oh, for sure, because we all got baptized, like, I don't know if it was a month or two before he got killed.
Wow.
Yeah, and so my understanding that, you know, as a young person, as a child, is if we go to church, you know,
why didn't you
we've
protect
been praying, we praying to you.
Yeah.
He should have lived.
Yeah.
You know, it's no excuse. And so, honestly, I can remember, you know, everyone in the house kind of grieved on their own, which parents, I don't recommend that. And I could remember being in the room and the Bible, back in the day, they'll give you a Bible with your name on and everything after you got baptized.
Yes.
And I can remember picking up the Bible, wanting to read, and then throwing it across the room or tearing pages out of it. So it was a real battle.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like a real battle, and with limited understanding. You know, I'm going to church every day, but I mean, who really out here protecting me?
Yes.
Because, you know, shortly after that, perversion entered our life through molestation and things like that. So the enemy just used it as an opportune time. I don't know if he had a glimpse of what God was going to do in my life or something, but he definitely attacked as hard as he could.
And I'm going to shift a little bit, because that's what I noticed. Certain ones he come after early.
Oh, no, out the womb, even before.
Yes, yes.
Like, even when my mom tells the story, she had to have an emergency C-section with me, because I guess the cord was wrapped around my neck, and
yes,
a lot of different things.
Yes.
An accident that when I was younger, like, yeah. So he just didn't have hits out on my life for a long time, even in my adulthood.
Yes.
I can tell you some stories, like, I can't believe I survived some of that stuff.
Yes.
So,
Now that part reminds us of our older daughter, because that's what I had to have an emergency C-section, because she went into fetal distress.
Yeah.
And so thank God she didn't swallow none, you know, but I had a praying mother right there. So I had a husband that was going to kill the doctor.
For free.
He said for free, because he did allow me to go longer than what I should have. But praise God, she's here, and she'll be turning 37 soon.
Amen.
Like tomorrow.
Oh. Happy birthday.
Yes.
Happy birthday.
And so, wow, Bree, that's what I love about you. I can sit and talk with you for hours, because you're extremely transparent and you're real, and that is what our young people need. I'm in a branch right now that when they ask me about the young people, I said they just want to be heard, and they just want to know that you care, you know? And so with them knowing that, one of them just got promoted to a different department. Applied, went to the interview, got promoted. But that come from a team working together to build her. Okay, well, wow, that's a lot. That right there, what you just said, that could take all the remaining sessions, because we do have a lot of young people out there that are suffering, and still and still suffering from molestation, from traumas, deaths. This is what this podcast is about, because God has many ways of helping us and healing us. We just have to be open to His ways.
Yes,
Since you've been through so much, is it an advantage for you to recognize that in other kids?
Okay, I'm gonna answer that, but no offense, but I don't like saying I've been through so much. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, got you.
Because like what I experienced could possibly be somebody's like dream life. You
Right.
know what I'm saying?
Okay.
In another part of the world. So I don't like saying that. But yeah, I experienced some trauma, but it definitely served as an advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when, I finally got tired of it and, okay, here, God, deal with this.
Yes.
Right.
You know? And I think, and I know this may sound weird, but I'm thankful now for my experiences because it does allow me to see, in school,
Powerful.
like,
Yes.
this child, they make good grades and stuff because I made great grades.
Right.
But they're so reserved socially, like socially something going on.
Right.
And then just, building a relationship with them. And then one day they confide in you and now you can, start the process of, getting them help or, removing them from certain situations because I've been in that position.
Right.
And it serves as an advantage with my peers, know. One story in particular, when I went overseas, I had, friends from all different ethnicities and, and one of my friends, shout out to Ching, we incredibly close. We worked out with each other because, we were pursuing a professional career. And even when I moved back to the States, we try to keep in contact. And I guess he just remembered, the stories I was sharing him about my life. And so when his father passed, I remember him calling me from Hong Kong and just having to minister to him over the phone.
Wow.
And after that, once I got off, I was like, God, I thank you because this couldn't have happened had I not given that to you. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes.
And he healed me and, because a lot of times we ask God, like, why? But you may not even get the answer on this side.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
But
Yes.
it helps you. You get what I'm saying? Things don't happen to you, they happen for you. And I think they better equip you to deal with people and love on people. You know what I'm saying? Cause
you can preach that.
I love
I
that.
don't like referring myself as a preacher, but I be preaching though on the
All right,
low.
all right, prophet.
On the low.
No. Stop. No, she don't do
Okay.
that.
But it's all good. It's all good. I'm secure in who I am. So yeah.
Yeah, she don't do
It
that.
serves as an advantage. Yeah, I ain't into titles and stuff.
But
like
you,
Right.
but you was being a coach. Have you ever ran into the situation where other kids of different religions that play for you?
for sure.
That's a good question.
Yeah, one in particular, at one of my former high schools recently, I had a young lady who, any coach look at her, she does not play basketball.
Right.
Okay, she would not play. She was part of the Muslim community.
Okay.
And just passing the hallway, I knew she dealt with some self-esteem issues.
Right.
I knew that because I dealt with low self-esteem. And she was very reserved and quiet. And I just asked her to come out and play and come out and try out. And to be honest with you, we didn't need her on the team.
Right.
But she needed basketball more than,
Right.
we needed her.
Right.
And the rewarding thing about that experience is that we saw her come out of her shell. She got friends.
Okay.
Because I had noticed she was walking around the school by herself, and it was the kind of environment she didn't need to be by herself.
Right.
Especially with her being different. And so she got her sisters. I made sure I ordered the team color hijabs for her. So when
Right.
she played, and one thing that really stood out to me about that experience is that in one of the games she played JV, it began to slip. And I didn't see it, but her teammates did.
Right.
And, my players know you don't call no timeout. I'm the one that called timeouts. But they called one, so I'm like, what we doing? And it's like, it's slipping, coach, it's slipping. And how my girls huddled around her to make sure that she can fix that. I said, yeah, we doing something right.
That's-
we
yeah.
want to win, but the fact that you loving on people like that, I'm all for that. And because I haven't always been that way, that's how I try to live my life now.
Yeah, and I find that fantastic. That to be aware of that different culture and to take action on a positive side instead of name calling or a person stereotyping, you actually open the door for a closer relationship that she can have with others and also build her confidence.
Yeah.
and that's fantastic. You just don't get it everywhere.
My confidence skyrocketed. She started doing TikToks with the rest of the team and everything. He's like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
nice.
my girl,
Wonderful.
you didn't, you
Wonderful.
came out your shell." So now
Yes.
it was cool. And like I said, I haven't always been that way, and so but love will. I mean,
There you go.
it will soften the hardest heart.
Yes.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes. Yes.
And give you opportunity. And I don't think she ever forget that. And so who knows, what seed was planted, by her experience on that team.
That's powerful.
I know that when I came from a household when me and my father, we might not have talked in 3 months, and just to have that close relationship with your team, you make up for all that lost interaction. And with that lost interaction being fulfilled, it keeps a individual from doing something that they wouldn't normally do, like taking that energy, that negative energy from that experience of like me not talking to my father for 3 months in the same house, and then pouring it on somebody else, that anger. And therefore you took that away with teamwork and socialization and friends with others, and then that child was able to overcome adversity. That's fantastic. That's what coaching all about.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
All
Just
right.
preparing them for life.
Now, Caleb, I want to ask you something. I want to ask you, talk to us about the importance of having healthy relationships as a team, as a teenager. What, what is the importance of that? Because Coach Bree just shared, perhaps if she hadn't allowed that level of transparency and caring, who knows what would have happened in that young person's life. So talk to us from your perspective, the importance of relationships
It's
and
important.
healthy relationships now.
It's important to have healthy relationships because, it helps. I'm not gonna say, yeah, it does. It does help you build up your confidence and stuff. And like you have people that wanna make you be the best you instead of people that are like trying to tear you down and stuff. In toxic relationships and in healthy relationships, everybody people have your best interest. Like they have your best interest. They want you to be the best that you can be, and they trying to build you up to be at the top where to be like your best self.
Have you experienced where someone tried to tear you down and make you feel exclusive instead of inclusive? So talk to me about that experience from your perspective of feeling left out versus feeling included.
It feels horrible. It's not like you don't feel no good being by yourself. You feel like everybody else doing stuff. You're not and you're not a part of it. You want to be like, you don't want to be like everybody else, but you don't want to be left out of everything.
So do you feel like sometimes that sometimes not being included can be a good thing because some things that
sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it just depends on what's going on. Sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's not.
Okay. And so how did you deal with your the team that helps build you? Like for you, you're in basketball, you're in Beta Club, you're a history buff. So do you find yourself getting together with people that you just they feed you and you feed them?
Yeah, I try to get like my friends. I try to be friends with people that like they wanna do good in school, and then they play sports too, stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. So when I heard Coach Bree talk about bullying, have you ever dealt with that because of your status and your stance in life as an athlete? You're into school, your books.
Yeah.
So have you experienced, and a lot of times, and Coach Bree, you helped me with this, because we did do a session on bullying, being the bully and being bullied. And so, and I'm going to ask you a question, Caleb. Do you feel the people that was trying to bully you, they weren't doing as well as you, and they was trying to bring you down?
Yeah, people. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, people try to like bring you down after they see you up. Like like I'm not gonna say I'm on a high pedestal or nothing, but like I was trying to like I'm confident. I walk around with confident and stuff like that, and people try to like tear you down because you look like you confident and stuff like that. You look like you got it all together and whatever.
Okay, so how do you handle them?
I just try to like don't think about like what other people think and stuff like that. Just be myself or like whatever, cause like I'm trying not to let it bother me, cause that's not, I don't want nothing to like get in my head and like I start thinking like like that is what you like or whatever. So like I try to like cast that stuff out and stuff like that.
Okay, so let me say this now. Back a long time ago, this was prior you. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words would never hurt. But that's not true, because words do hurt.
Yeah, words do hurt.
Yeah.
So what do you do with the hurting words? Because it can get to you. Because probably that's why when I look at you, I see Amber. Because Amber, I see myself. Be like, who you talking to? We can do this right now. What you talking about? You know?
Yeah. And
you could kind of tell where I was.
But before you answer that question, though, like, one thing I want parents to know, I know you didn't ask this, but
go for it.
Your child has a memory bank. Mm-hmm. And you have to be very mindful of what you say to your child and how you say it, because that will become an internal voice and tone in their head when they become older. And a lot of things they will not forget that you said. You can deny it until you dead and gone. But you got parents be mindful of that. Really, all adults, people in general, everyone be mindful of that, because people will forget that. But go ahead, bro. My bad.
I love it. No. We're gonna come back there, but that's good, because parents do need to understand that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I got cussed out every day. And that is so true. That is so true. I got cussed out so much I thought my name was something else.
But you know what? In the mental health journey that we've been on, share some of what you found out why he was cursing like that.
Well, the belief that what happened was my father wasn't my father, and I found out when I turned 66 that I had a sister. So it was a lot to uncover there. You know, you got a sister at 66 that you had met, but you didn't know it. And then you find out your father is not your father. And even at an older age like that, even though it's still young at 67, but it messed with your mind, really.
To your point, Bree.
Yeah, I think people don't realize that, and when you're dealing with mental health, you know, if you choose to deal with it, you know, you can overcome that stuff. But if you choose not to, a lot of those, you know, those things that were said to you or done to you, you know, they'll begin to torment you in your old age or young age. Yeah. You know.
Yes.
I know in my family, it's mental illness, and I think a lot of it, maybe not all of it, is because of traumas that weren't dealt with or things that happened that weren't dealt with. And so people, you know, they're tormented.
Yes. And so I'm going to shift back to Caleb. Caleb, so, you know, dealing with someone saying something to you, you know, off the riff, as you always use that word. I'm learning some things, okay? But
I never heard that one.
Yeah, you got to stick around them, because I go talk to my daughters. What did that mean? And so, how do you deal with, you know, you just walking down the hall, going to your class, going to your beta club meetings, going to the auditorium because you're going to get a Scholastic Award, and someone say something just dumb. To us, it's dumb. But for them, it's like it's set to break you.
Yeah. So
how do you deal with that?
Oh, I'd be like, just keep walking, cause like I don't care. It don't matter to me.
Okay.
It don't matter to me. No matter. It don't matter what you say. I'm not gonna stop and turn around and be like all mad and stuff, cause it don't matter. It don't matter cause I know I'm not that. Whatever you saying.
Okay. Okay. That's good. That's good because everybody is not at that level, but that's good that you have that confidence. And I want to ask you another question because I do know that you are real solid about your relationship with Jesus Christ. How important is it to have a healthy relationship with God? How vital is that and why?
I mean, it's really important because like God is like he's like a stone. He's like somebody you can always rely on no matter what happens. Like no matter what bad happens in like in school or like if it's like a sport or something. If I get hurt or something, I can always I know I can always I can call God. Like I can get on I can pray. I can start talking to Him no matter what.
Love it. That's powerful. Keep going.
Like it don't like as long as I got Him, I know nothing's too horrible in my life. No matter what I think is like horrible like in the flesh or whatever. I know I got a relationship with God, so nothing can really be that bad.
Okay, great.
I like that confidence and all, and it's more than just having a burning bush at the end of your bed.
Okay, so I want to hear from both of you. What advice would you give to the community?
I would say for the youth, don't allow your talents and your gifts to become your identity. That is not what identifies you. And coaches, when you're dealing with the youth, educators, adults, period, provide them with the time, space, and opportunities to explore who they really are. For me, is allowing them to explore who they really are in Christ and reminding them of that because that wasn't really done with our generation.
Okay, Caleb?
Like she said, don't let your sport or like whatever you do make that your identity, because like you can't let one thing like I play basketball. I'm not gonna let basketball be like my whole personality. You can't do that because then like if something bad happens with basketball, it's like oh, what do I do now?
And who are you?
Yeah, who am I now? You can't let that
That's
happen.
good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay, well, this is the end of our second session. And, of course, again, we always like to give out our hotlines for mental health. We have the 988 hotline. We have the text home to 741-741. That's free 24/7. Crisis counseling. And if you're not sure on what to do or who to speak with, there is a number, 211 for general community resources. Okay, Mr. Perry.
I tell you, being a student athlete and a coach, you really will, after a win or a loss, you'll find out if you're living or you just existing. Because them fans will let you know. And this has been Young People Nation. And remember, there's always hope.
Let's go. Christ is the foundation. Know His word gon' lead us. Know I'm already going. Taking steps I believe in. Giving guidance to the youth. Giving guidance to the lost. Give the world to the project. Lead them back to the cross. He the number one prospect. He the top boss. I was broke, I was empty. He the one that paid the cost. Really thought that I was cool. There was nothing like the Savior. Now it's time for the truth. The whole world been waiting. It's Young People Nation. 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 The whole world been waiting. Whatever you going through, I know what He gonna do. Don't matter the circumstance, we going back to the root. Keep going, keep going. Let that seed keep growing. You need peace and we know it. Now it's time to live holy. Young People Nation. You know what time it is. Young People Nation. Get ready, the time is here. Get ready, we vibing here. We about to let God in here. Young People Nation. It's Young People Nation. Yeah, do it for the heavens, you know where we going. Influenced by His love, you know we gotta show it. It's time to put the youth onto what God is doing. Cause I can tell you now, right now, that God is moving. It's Young People Nation.